So, okay, time out. Well, good to see talaga sa kursente tatanaga tana. Dilaga to titi to satatishana. Dilaga hierarchy of religion is a different religion. It will start, my friends. Anyway, okay. No. The 39 galaxy in relation to the developer to encode production in relation to the C line, day line, timeline, lab line, theoretically sequential cube 3. So in this way, the division to support the SOPRO is that the next galaxy will be Sun in relation to the recognition of Iolokota Tsesasis Ichuka. Later on, we will all know how this planet got mapped and by rock soil. You know, he's the one that make rocks. So in that way, let's see how we can convert into the alignment of time based upon the Sepsan, because the Sepsan is a Hokshason of Pizunon Detlakansha Datoton in relation to our Brakushon of V shape, day shape, nine shape, three shape, V shape. And in that time, when we remap the Akanan, we will possession the Asatan. It's a different Asasi in relation to 24 and 56 Gataton, which is a different Gataton, because physically the first attempt is that when we understand the physical type based upon our robo show and show hole, no, robo show and something like that in relation to our no, I think it's nearly finished. But oh, let's see anyway. So in relation to our next Patakaton, Kula Zuduku. Is that Star Wars? Duku? Doku? Su? Kula? So in that way, our next prolex will be a ITEC and VTON. So in ITEC and VTON is that the section of our law is the incursion of illegal decision. So Sydney, the train canal, our tracker stops in Sydney. Does it go further up, or we don't really need it? We can fly, can't we? So in that way, the section of our sustained environmental by Milan is that our Mona Lisa will develop the next tractor in relation to the sensing of the farmer to also acquisition our sustained to stabilize the PhD 35 and the PhD 25 in relation to IIS and also in relation to IVP 5. So in that way, the development of amnesia is the marking material of Doki Poki 25 and Doki Poki 56 in relation to the third development of data core. So in that line, the Jovanang of the sun is actually unconstitutional in relation to Kodo by Davang, because Da Vinci Davang is actually a pelicacy of the next abortion of sleepless day in relation to our D the sun, which is table 3 primarity, table 6 primarity, table 4 primarity, table 5 primarity, table 2 primarity, table 1 Primarity table 6, primarity table 24, ditasan. So in that way, if we can confer the alignment of time based upon our consumption of the puzzler, we can also question into the conjunct of Magrantan. So in that way, next sort is 3, 2, in. Doesn't show up. So in that way, if this supplement is the next, doesn't show up. 3, 2, in. So our next one is that our provision to liberate into the E kata, we will compound the next torsion in relation to working visa as well as state income, because as well as state income, we will position ourselves into the government to position the connection. Been there, haven't we, on YouTube? Connect to the government. So in that way, we will sequel into the math condition of physics, and also to apply for the next MMOM to develop the next polar, and also to determine our door system in relation to straw, and to position our padala, which is the persistent of an old animal. Don't know. So in that way, the next class is that we will develop into the application of our determinant. Distant. So Alishiki. So in that way, work 6. com sa telly hith physics snake data technology 24 dimension. So in this way, data technology 24 dimension is a decadent of our empathetic cognition. So in that matter of time, once we know how to block, is this block LOC? We probably find one day. Look, Scotland, is it? I like Bigfoot. Seen it when I was young. I don't know if they're real or not. But based upon, what movie was that? Oh, The Mummy, was it? Oh yeah, I like that. I don't know, monster, whatever you call it as well. So anyway, the next decision is our mananang in relation to our plakaka, because in this matter of time, once we separate into the application, we will review the telegram in relation to Aksasan, because the measures of time, once we know how to control the pattern of semi-consumption, of data. We will develop the notation of dataton, because in this way we will develop the notation of data to sustained environment, and in that way we can also sequel into our stability of stability, instability, and Apache. And in that way, when we have the terminator in relation to our prefix, we will review the next percussion, because the next one we will balance the negation of our law and to apply the decision 36, 25, 36, 55, 36, 25, 36, 51, 36, 52, 36, 39, 36, 21, 36, 35, 36, 35, 36, 21, 36, 35, 36, 51, 36, 21, 36, 32, 36, 5218 IIS version 1.32545. So the main controller based upon our application based upon the monosophone, we will focus on in relation to our syringe to map the condition of pH by the pH level and to indicate the mixer. So Afghanistan Krashal Tatatatsin is our own Krashasha in relation to our third development of Dikasasan and to focus on the Mokonon. So in that way, if the diploma is HC Akatsang, then we will Tatlokashong the next because manufacturally the pen of 59 C83825 is a taxonon of Tilakshang and Taxonon, and to also taxonomize our own variety of substance, which is subject number 55. Oh, ew. Sorry. So anyway, in that way, once we signal into the application form, we will manufacture the next Virgin airline in relation to Qantas and to develop airway. Isn't there used to be one assets or ansets? Oh, I forgot that. Don't know. They're not around anymore. So anyway, in that way, we will process the databases of our transcend and to develop the next pocket in relation to our third development and also to amnesia detection of the bio no Campbell. So Aboriginal culture Campbell in relation to our Billy. Our Campbell is just a sort of our own digital of or something. So in that way, if our third way, we will actually television the next Messiah in relation to our prefix and also to consumption the nokasan of our index data. So in that way, our sokolog is done like that in relation to our artificial of artificial e and artificial robot. So in that way, the next physicist we will remeasure itself into the consumption of the pyramid and also to conflict the next section of Gadia to develop robot. So robot is turning apart to map the condition of intellectual digital of perception. So based upon our parama, the perception is that our Jason will map the condition of physics and to conform the non-Kashan. So 56 21 5 C 5 dotty time. In relation to dotty time, the signal of dotty time is that when we know that the nokosan of our parama, we will develop into the next prism in relation to our don't know. So in that way, when we next decomposition of our matter of cycle attempt, we will argument in relation to CTAT and also in relation to correction of the transition. So in that way, the 56 times 21 is in ecotone of 38 times 56 plus 32 times bilong. So 26 plus 12 times 2 minus 1 divided by 56 times 12 and 21 times 3 equal in relation to our equilibrium and also to the notation of space quest. They haven't arrived yet, they will be. So in that way, the non-conform will be percussion in relation to our own engine and to compact the Lexus. The Lexus is based upon occultation. So in that way, if we can convert in relation to our platform, we will manufacture a certain amount of degree based upon our sender and to stresses our illegal sustained asala. So in that way, if the high wrong is the math condition of physics, then we will translate the next provision of the physical type and also to sun out the sun. So within this matter, the dark crystal based upon sticks of fortune, we will program into the data. So within this way, our eclipse will be re-quotation in relation to laser 243 and laser 246 and laser 241 cycle path number 1, cycle path 119 and cycle 6143. The conversion of the cycle is that our application of our law is the interface of our next availability to Mathon the Akadan. Because within this time, once we have a separator based upon our intersection, we will develop the next ampata in relation to Akshashashana. So within our controller, based upon our Manan, the category, the Karaka is the Toton by Clash of the Titan, which is the Sokushan. So within this Guang, the Emperor of Yunnan is physical Balakana. So the mechanism of this intron, we will need to know how it will work into the transition. So in that way, the next percussion of our Nana, we will develop the next totem of amnesia to work out Atapon. So the Atapon is the nickname of our law to jettison our Pobla. So if this is the sun in relation to our Dela, then we can convert into the Tsunan. But the location of our law we will apply for the next transcend. And in this way, we will notation the decision of our law and also to subject our classes of Paul through to decisions. Our decision of our law is the nakanan of our decision and the nakanan our honor. So within this nakanan, we will redevelop the next emphasis of Balaka. So in this matter of time, once we share into the Fakasa, we will know the Lakatati and the Nakana. So the Balake Kasana and the Tatasatang Shata and the Tatatang Kono. Delicatata Shana and Delicatatan Kushon. Delicatang Shashan, Delicatafatashon. Ninakata Tala, Delocushon Tasatan. Dulukotosina Kata, Delicatosishana. Dinidictating Karakashan, Dinakatlokushon Taloto. Delicatasin Karashan, Delicatasan Taraktan. Delicatasin Karashan, Delicatessen Tarashan. Dinicata Tatashana, Delicatessi Katasan. Delicatessin Tasana, Delicatation Chadana. Delicatation Tashana, Vinodon Toro. Titsi Tanana, Polocoton Tsana. According. So, the fifth one review is to Sufflom, the next lexicon in relation to our monks, because in relation to our monks, that's where some of those are, but in relation to our Karashan, our next Dushonon of the Gatatang, Bethant Kotong, may you be known. The next tradition is that our layer tradition is the tradition of our illegal substance. Oh, very nice. Thank you. The balloon, air balloon, whatever you call it. So, I think maybe in a couple of days we get another one. Don't know. But anyway, just want to say thanks. So, okay. So, oh. Anymore? Oh, enough. Did we know? Did they even try? So, Greg, that's a long condom. Chris Crust, Dookie, Dufon, Direction, Gratuinon. What's long to harmonious and no consideration? So, vizinho cortese nonga rene. Hmm. Dergishon gratusha to see so gotcha. But